Hello everybody and happy new year. Welcome back to my channel. It's me, your girl Sarah Donald, and gosh, a lot has been happening. I literally decided to take dirty December to rest. So comment below, let me know, how was your December? Did you spend it in Nigeria? I spent my December in Lagos, Nigeria, and I can tell you that December owes me nothing again, because I dirtied the December in the best way that I can, which is taking breaks and still doing the things that I love to do. So let's jump right into today's topic, right? So today I want to talk about an influencer, comedian, Sean, I think that's his name, that was recently refused entry into Nigeria. According to his video, he said that he was deported from Nigeria. I don't know if you can see, but that is him. That's his username. I don't want to play the video. I am Swaggy Mo. I am Swaggy Mo, I think. So that is his page. He made a video to say that he was deported from Nigeria. That was the first time I am seeing his content. And obviously, for someone passionate about Nigeria, building tourism, coming back to Nigeria, you all know how to sit back, check, and be like, what happened? What actually happened? Why he was deported from Nigeria? The more I watched the video, I realized that no, bro, you were not deported. You were refused entry, because he did not enter the country in the first place. Deportation clearly means that you are already in the country and the government forcefully removed you for whatever reason, expired visa, crime, whatever it is. But that's deportation. But refused entry means that you were not even allowed into the country in the first place. And that was what happened to him. So I was like, oh, how did you get deported when, according to your video, you were not even allowed into the country? So yes, that's different. But I understand he's a content creator. He's a content creator. He needed his clicks and all that, which is why he used the word deportation. Now, when I went further to watch his video, I saw in his video that he mentioned that he felt bad because Nigeria is where he loves. He speaks highly about Nigeria. In fact, there are videos on his page of him talking about amazing how Nigeria is, and this is the country that he was going to visit and how it's underrated and all that good stuff, right? So him editing the video together was more like, how can I be so passionate about Nigeria and this happens to me in Nigeria? So now let's get to what actually happened to him. So this guy was coming to Nigeria for something. The people that he was coming to Nigeria to see, apparently he booked his visa because, first of all, Nigeria has something with America. If you're coming with an American passport, and from what I can see, he's from an ECOWAS, I see Senegal, I see different flags. I don't know where he's originally from. So I'm not going to talk about that, because if he's originally from West Africa, then clearly he doesn't need a visa. But I don't know if he doesn't have the West African passport or if his passport had expired, because if he had that, that would have been so easy. Now, a lot of Americans use what you call visa on arrival, but what they did not check up to in immigration is that there's something called you're reciprocating, right? America has cancelled a lot when it comes to Nigerian visa. There are restrictions a lot. You can't stay more than a certain time. And for that reason, for that same reason, the Nigerian government has also reciprocated by restricting a lot of entrance. Visa on arrival before just clearly meant that you had to fill the form, come to Nigeria and get your visa stamped. But now it has changed where you actually have to fill the form, do all that, get the approval. Now, even at that time when they were doing visa on arrival, because I've done a few visas for people that I work with in my company, they still got the visa even before coming to Nigeria, right? So yes, according to what happened, he said he went online, he tried to submit and all. I think he submitted, the system was down, so they didn't get back to him. He reached out to the person that he was coming to see, and they're like, oh, it's fine, we're going to sort it, blah, 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 and just paraphrasing. So he came to Nigeria without a valid visa. Okay? So he said that when he came to Nigeria as well, the system was down, so they couldn't check. So at that point, they haven't even approved his visa. It is the assumption that just because you have an American passport, that once you have applied, so it is the assumption that because you have applied, you'll be approved. So he took that step and came to Nigeria. thinking that they were going to let him enter. Now, in this video, he blamed the system and said that it was because the system was down, they couldn't check, blah, blah, blah. Mind you, he hadn't gotten an approval. And I'm here to say that two truths can coexist. Was the system down? Yes. But please, if he needs an American passport, if he has an American passport and he's going to a country that requires a visa that is not Nigerian, right? That is not Nigeria, and he needs to go to the country. If the system is down, will he still make that move of getting into a flight to go to that country without getting approval? Will a Nigerian even have the mind, the audacity to buy a ticket if they have not gotten their approval? So let's say you're going for a visa appointment and your visa appointment is in 2 months or so. Will you buy a ticket, even if you have been traveling? Because you know that there's still a tendency that they can refuse you. But no, bro went ahead, not just to try and apply and he was down, he flew into the country. And it's given, at the end of the day, when I come, they will let me in. Because the truth is, even if the system wasn't down, you haven't been approved. So what if the system came up and it says rejected? Because they have the right to reject you the same way America has the right to reject. And a lot of people were like, oh yeah, but he's from West Africa. But he did not use the passport. Because clearly, if he used the passport, with a Nigerian passport, you can go to any ECOWAS country without a visa. So if he used his passport, that would not have been the case. So it was clear that he used his American passport. But then he was like blaming on the system. And Nigerians, influencers, celebrities were in the comment section saying things like, oh my God, I'm so sorry this had to happen to you. He went ahead to say, not, oh, why didn't you get your visa? It was like, oh, I'm so sorry that this happened to you. Because he went ahead to say that the immigration officers were rude. Please, if you're a traveler, can I hear one country where the immigration officers are nice? Just one. Just one country. In fact, that is what they are trained to do, so that they don't get too familiar and all that. Oh, he said they were talking, they did not answer him. Do you know that it is actually an insult to that country that you haven't gotten approved, but somehow you fly? So I asked myself, do we really want a change in Nigeria, or do we just complain? Because it seems like what I commented was like, clearly you want to reap off the corruption that we complain about. Because a lot of people say like, oh, when you come to Nigeria, get ready, the Lagos airport is very corrupt. So for you to fly and come in there and you expected to come in, doesn't that mean that you wanted to trade in the same corruption? Because if probably you saw like a corrupt officer and he lets you in, are you still going to come online and say, oh, Nigeria is corrupt? And I'm sure why that didn't happen is because there's been a lot of feedback and they've tightened security and all that. If you flew into Lagos during Dirty December, you will know that things were not like the way that it used to be. I mean, there's still that human factor where human beings will try to, cheat the system, like what was about to happen, but not as crazy as it used to before. So I ask, do we really want a change? Because the first time I saw it, I was like, no, don't tell me that he was already in the country or he got deported. I wanted to ensure, like, I was personally going to, like, take it up. Like, are you trying to tell me that he had a valid visa and he came and he was refused? No. Bro didn't get an email confirming. And now people asked, how did he fly? Okay, that's another thing. A lot of these countries don't rate countries in Africa. Right? So, because people were like, oh, how were they able to let him fly? I blame the people that let him fly. That's it. Because like I said, no immigration officer in Nigeria will even allow somebody who has a Nigerian passport to fly without checking. But they feel like, oh, it's Nigeria, that's their business. So it works two ways. They always feel like, oh, it's Nigeria, they will sort themselves out. It also depends on the airline you use, because I know someone that has entered a bit of that issue before. She thought that visa on arrival just meant that they didn't need to register online or something like that. So when they got to the airport, it was British. I think, that time they used to allow visa on arrival, and I think he was coming from the UK, if I could remember. So when he tried to fly, they said no, that it's not allowed, that he cannot fly because he needs his visa. And he went to the website, and the website and showed them that the website said that it's visa on arrival, meaning that as long as you have a British passport, you can come to Nigeria within certain days and you get your visa. So he didn't need any approval. When the manager of the airline came, manager was like, oh yeah, that they've confirmed that it's okay, he can come in and he'll get issued in the UK, since he has applied online and stuff like that, right? That was a direct flight. I know someone else who did the same thing. She used Turkish airline. They let her fly from America. When she got to Turkey, Istanbul, they were like, no, we cannot let you fly because Nigeria would charge us for bringing in someone into their country without a valid visa. She had to spend like another 3 days doing her visa. Yeah. So my point is, when the comments, a lot of, and let me shout out to the people on TT, right? Because I saw a different reaction there. For everybody that reacted to the video, for the first time, it wasn't a case of, oh, Nigeria should have let him in. No, it was a case of, do we really want this corruption to go, or do we want to enjoy it, or do we keep quiet when it benefits us? And a lot of them were like, a lot of travelers reacted to the videos and they were like, listen, I have traveled. Someone said, I have an American passport. I've never gone to this country without getting my visa. Someone else said, I have a British passport. See, I cannot even travel when my passport, like, I'm very immigration, what do you call it? Like, I'm very immigration cautious, very, very, very. You know, there's some places where they will say like, oh, your passport must have like 6 months or 3 months, or you do a change of name and it's not reflecting your new passport. I am very keen on that because I know that immigration can be crazy. Even if you feel that you're with one of the strongest passports in the world, you still need to respect the immigration rules of that. And we influencers, please, because he made a video that Nigeria is a place you might never need to step into and all. It almost felt like Nigerians owed you because you say good things about the country. It almost felt like, oh, my name is Sarah. You know, I make videos about coming back to Nigeria. I say good things about Nigeria. So because of that, I should, you know, if I go one way, if I beat the traffic light, you let me go. That's literally how he reads. Or you say good things about Nigeria, so what? So what? Do you get? And I think like we should get to that point where when we make a mistake as influencers, as people, as public figures, people listen to us, right? I understand the clickbait, I understand trying to make money, I understand trying to create things that make it look more dramatic. It's always an opportunity to learn, to teach people, to teach your followers, like, hey, listen, before you go to Nigeria, before you go to this country, if you're using an American visa, passport, make sure you apply. Even if the system is down, don't go. Because you will not be letting. This is my experience. This is what happened to me. This is my mistake. Rather than doing like a 4-part, blaming every other person but yourself. Like, this is my mistake. I should have ensured that the same way I would do when I'm going to Asia, when I'm going to any other country, why didn't I apply the same thing when I am coming to Nigeria? It is an opportunity for you to interrogate yourself and ask yourself, can I do this if this was in Nigeria? What was I thinking? Did I really want a corrupt officer to say, oh, it's fine, you can go drop a few dollars? Rather than coming to do the whole dramatic, I will never step in here again. When people say that, I laugh. Because it's a country that has been going on for years without you stepping in here. What change do you think that you coming will happen? I went on Thread and I saw some topics. Someone was like, oh, with the way they talk about Nigeria, I really don't want to go. I'm like, we really don't need you. I would not even brag about saying, oh, the way they talk about this country, I don't want to go. If I don't want to go to a country, it's between me. Like, that country is functioning with or without me. It's the assumption that if you don't come to Nigeria, that Nigeria is on standstill. A lot of Nigerians still do it on my comments when I make videos about moving back to Nigeria and all. They're like, oh, that's why I don't want to be in that country. I don't want to. Like, the country is moving on without you, Oga. Madam, Oga, you do realize, right, that since you left, or because you left, that the country has not been on standstill. If I change tomorrow to decide that, oh, I want to be a Nigerian here, the country will still go on. People that make money will still make money. People that are not making will still, like, it will go on regardless. Like, you didn't come to Nigeria the whole of Christmas. Traffic was everywhere. Dirty December was dirty in its theme. People came to see their family. People came to party. Whiskey's show was oversold, like everywhere was packed. with or without you being there, can we learn not to center ourselves? Because trust me, that is the only way things will work hard. That is the only way that this change we are looking for will actually come. That's why I keep asking Nigerians, do we really want a change? Africa as a whole, do we want a change, or do we like how the system is so that we can just complain about it, so that we can make content about it? Or do we really genuinely want a change? Because if we genuinely want a change, we will not step into a country that is not your country, that has not approved your visa. Let me tell you, even if you are born in Nigeria and for some reason you need to denounce that citizenship to get another one, you still need to now, at that point, yes, you're a Nigerian, yes, you're born here, yes, your parents are here, but you still need your valid passport. You still need your valid passport to come in here. If you're using a Nigerian passport, you're going to go to the queue for Nigerian passport. If you're using an American passport, you're going to be on the foreign queue. It doesn't matter if you're originally Nigerian. It depends on the passport. So they're going to treat you based on the queue that you are in. Come off it now. Like, are you going to go to Dubai without getting the necessary documents, regardless of if their system is down or not? Like, regardless of if their system is down or not. And some people are like, yeah, it's the fault of the system. It was down. I know people that keep telling me that they're trying to book appointments to go to, to go to America, and their appointments are taking time, and that sometimes the website is hanging, the website is going this, they're not able to click a date, they're not able to do that. But do you see them buying tickets going there? Because they have respect for the country's rules. Like, make it make sense. So I just feel like, as a content creator, please, when we get into these issues, right, when we get into certain things, like, I know one time my other channel, I did a video about how you could go to Zanzibar, visa on arrival, for people that use their Nigerian passport, that it could be. And when it changed, that's why in my videos, I always say, as of now. Now, the next week, something happened and they changed it, that it was no more available. A lady here on YouTube, she went to Zanzibar. She was not allowed entrance. She went, both her Nigerian passport and her, forgotten, she has another passport. They're like, no, visa on arrival has been cancelled. Like, immigration is crazy. Visa on arrival, they told her that it had been cancelled, that they will not let her in, that the both passports need you to obtain a visa. That is why if you're traveling anywhere with a visa, you constantly have to check, update yourself. Don't just assume, oh, I'm coming to Nigeria. I'm coming to a Nigerian wedding. I'm coming here. I'm going to Ghana. But you don't know how it works. You don't know their immigration rules. I just wanted to drop this here, and I just wanted to say that, like, we should actually do better, right? Especially if we want our country to grow, or if we want Africa as a whole to grow, we should do better. We should accord the same respect we do to America, to UK, the same way we respect ourselves when we go there, the same way we respect their immigration laws, the same way if you do not have an American passport, you will not for any reason tell me, oh, somebody was trying to go for a wedding, by the way, and she was like telling me that, oh, Sarah, she was trying to get a date and she can't get a date till August, so she won't be able to make the wedding. I dare have to get on the flight. We all saw here how a popular Nigerian musician got married, and that the woman's parents were not able to come. There were so many stories about the visa, on how, like, they had overstayed and all that whole, I don't know the actual story because I didn't hear it from them, but the story was like, oh, there was an overstay, so they were banned. And these are people that have money. These are people that have private jet, right? So why didn't they just use their private jet and say, you know what, even though my mother-in-law is banned or my father-in-law is banned or not allowed, I don't know which one it is, I'm just going to, like, fly in there, and they're going to open the door for us. They did not even attempt it. They didn't. So what are we saying? Anyway, my name still remains Sarah Donald, and if you like what you see, do well to subscribe, comment. A lot of you watch my videos, but you're not able to comment. Please, it helps. You can comment. You can say something like, nice one, I learned, whatever it is you want to say. It helps the algorithm. It helps push us in front. So thank you so much for watching. Thank you for your support. And once again, have a very beautiful new year.